Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. So, I wanted to start with a quick story. Recently, Jotform celebrated its 20th birthday, and we knew we wanted to celebrate with our users in person. But to be honest, we weren't really sure where to begin planning an event. So I did what so many of you do these days. I started bouncing ideas around within ChatGPT. Who should we invite? Where should we host this? What time? What should the vibe be? And when we finally landed on the right concept for the party, I had one final request: to create an incredible RSVP form to make sure we were getting the signups that we needed. That's when I used the early version of the Jotform app in the ChatGPT marketplace. It was simple. ChatGPT already knew what I was looking for in the event because of the conversation details. And all of that was taken into account when I used it to create a Jotform RSVP form. And the graphics were designed to match the theme of the party. That's why I'm so excited to announce that Jotform is now available to everyone in the ChatGPT app marketplace, allowing anyone to quickly create beautiful and intelligent forms with a single prompt. As for our event, more than 100 local Jotform users joined us at the Tonga Room in San Francisco for an incredible night. In a moment, I'm going to kick things over to Kimberly from our team to show you how it works. But first, I wanted to share a quick message from Kevin Murphy from the OpenAI team, who's been a huge help getting our app to market.
Hey everyone, it's Kevin Murphy from OpenAI. As Jotform celebrates their 20th anniversary, I wanted to congratulate them on that milestone and wish them continued success as they expand what's possible with AI. So since Jotform is built on our models, powering intelligent form creation, automation, and analysis at scale, it's really exciting to see how that team is applying our tech across our entire platform to help millions of users. So I personally love working with Jotform. I know everyone on my side does as well. And we're collaborating on ways to continually improve performance, quality, and real-world impact, like with the launch of their app within ChatGPT. Really exciting stuff. I'm looking forward to continuing to support their next chapter of innovation. And again, congrats from us.
Thank you, Kevin. Next, I'm going to kick things over to Kimberly to walk us through the new app. Kimberly, over to you.
Thanks, Chad. Hey, everyone, I'm Kimberly, and it's officially time to jump into our demo. So as you can see, I'm currently in my ChatGPT workspace, and the first thing I want to mention is you want to make sure that you already have a Jotform account and you are logged in somewhere on your desktop before you get started. Now, on the left-hand side, we're going to go ahead and choose Apps, and we'll do a quick search for Jotform. And from here, we're going to choose to connect. And once we say yes, connect to Jotform, it's going to look to make sure that I'm already logged in somewhere. So there's no authentication that's needing to take place. It's going to automatically do it for us. Now, there are a couple of different ways that we can get started. We can see right here, it says Start Chat. So when we do that, we can see that Jotform is automatically called. Now, if you are starting a brand new chat from over on the left-hand side, or maybe you have an extensive chat history with ChatGPT and you want to bring Jotform into a previous chat, all you need to do is either do the plus sign, come down here and choose Jotform, or we can also call it by doing Jotform just like that. Now, there are a ton of different things that you can do with this, so we're going to cover a lot of them. The first one is going to be the ability to create forms within ChatGPT. So let's go ahead and create an RSVP form for a team outing at the park on April 15th. Now, you know what's great? Typos and all, it's going to know exactly what to do. All right, one thing it's going to do is it's going to confirm that it wants us to continue, and it's going to tell us what it's going to do. It's going to add name, email, attendance, guest, dietary, and accessibility information and comments. So we can either deny or we can continue. So let's go ahead and create that form. And from here, we're going to be able to see a preview, and it's also going to give us a link to go straight to that form. So we're going to look at the preview, we're going to go on that link, and we'll see what it looks like in another tab. And one thing to keep in mind is that the preview might look different than what's in your Jotform form builder because of conditional logic. So let's go ahead, let's look at this preview. So we've got name, email, will you attend, dietary, accessibility, preferred activities. Perfect. All right, let's go ahead and minimize, and we'll click our form right here. Yep, let's go ahead and open that up so we can see it in its true form. Perfect. All right. So another thing that we can do is you can ask it to add fields. You can ask it to delete fields. You can ask it to change the wording of fields if you want to. So just for this example, let's do, please remove the email field. We'll go ahead and get that kicked off. And again, it's going to confirm. Do you want me to go ahead and continue and remove that? Yeah, let's go ahead and edit the form. And it should have that field all nice and removed. And we'll go ahead, once it's completed, we'll go and look over in the form that we just opened just to verify that it has been removed. All right, let's do a quick refresh. Right here, that should erase. Perfect. Another thing I want to do is I want to change the dietary restrictions. I want to change that from long text to be a drop down. Let's see, change the dietary restrictions field from long text to a drop down menu. We'll go ahead and get that sent. So that's completely changing one field to something different. So we'll see what that looks like again. Yes, let's go ahead and get that done. And then after this, we're going to play with the form's colors because you can change the colors. You can change the form background, the page background, the font size. You can change the submit button, what it says, the color. You can do all kinds of things. So it's making that change for us. Just finalizing our form. Now, one thing that is important to know is this is AI. So sometimes it might come back and say, I can't do that for you. So just if that happens, just reword your question, see if it can do it a different way, or just make sure that the Jotform is down here, or make sure you do add Jotform so that way it knows that it needs to be connected to Jotform in order to fulfill that request. All right, we are good to go. Let's go ahead, come back over here. Let's do a refresh. All right, we are officially changed from the long text box over to the drop down. So now let's go ahead and work on that design. Let's see, make the form theme more colorful. And again, you can be more specific here. You can say, I want the page background to be black. I want the submit button to be blue. You can be exact in your wording. I'm just making it very open-ended, so that way we can see what this designer comes up with. All right, let's do a quick refresh. All right, now we have blue, kind of change the font a little bit as well. And again, you can be very specific with what you are wanting. All right, now let's go ahead and do, can you do a sample submission? That way we can make sure the form is working and there are no issues coming in. All right, we can see that it's going to create a submission, and we'll look at that in just a minute. All right, sample submission. And we can click right here to see that submission. Let's go ahead and open this up. Perfect. There is that submission. All right, let's go ahead and come back over here and let's do, can you show me a list of my forms? That way we can see everything and we can pull from that list and choose what we want to work on or in. So let's say, show me all of my submissions for the hotel feedback form. Perfect, pulling all those submissions. All right. Let's go ahead and make this larger. So of course, all of the submissions are me. This is one of the forms I used during one of our Jotform 101 webinars. So you kind of get an idea of what's going on. So let's go ahead and minimize this. And then I'm going to ask it to analyze and summarize trends, common feedback trends, ratings, and issues from form submissions. Let's see what it can pull from all of that data. And maybe we can get some themes, and maybe we can see things a little bit easier than what we would within our tables or our submissions within Jotform. Strong guest satisfaction, perfect. Found through friends and family, 90%, perfect. Nice, it's giving me overall things, just an overall wrap up of all the submissions. So that way I don't have to kind of go through and pick apart. It gives me everything that I need to know, which is perfect. All right. It is as simple as that. Again, let's go ahead. We have the RSVP here, that submission. We have our form that was created. And again, you can do as much or as little within the ChatGPT space. And that is it. Now, I know that our team was over in the chat asking questions. I saw you guys chatting over there, but there are a couple of themes that I want to pull out and make sure I answer during the webinar live. So let's go ahead and jump over into our Q&A. Okay, one of the first things I'm seeing is, do I need to know how to code or have any technical ability in order to use this? And the answer is no. If you know Jotform, you know we are a no-code builder. So all you have to do is just connect Jotform to your ChatGPT and ask it questions or tell it what to do, and it'll do exactly what you are asking. So yeah, no coding skills needed. Yes, you do need a Jotform account. I know I mentioned at the beginning, but I just want to reiterate that you do need a Jotform account. It can be a free account if you don't already have one. Just make sure you're already logged in on your desktop before you get started. Is this different from using Jotform outside of ChatGPT? Yes, they are different. Within ChatGPT, you can do exactly all we did, right? But in order to share the form or anything like that, you'll definitely want to go over into Jotform to grab that link, especially if it needs to be private, or if you want to send it different ways. Yes, you want to do that from within Jotform. And this is for anybody. If you love AI and you love Jotform, you definitely need to have these two connected. Can I have this build me a quiz? Yes, you absolutely can. You can have it build any form that you can think of: registration forms, RSVP forms, quizzes, and also things that are going to need additional conditional logic. You can absolutely do that from within ChatGPT. Let's see. Yep, it can build it from scratch. So you saw in the beginning, I didn't tell it what I needed it to, the questions that it needed to have. It automatically knew, okay, I should probably ask the name. It's an outing. We should probably know what activities they want to do or their dietary restrictions. So it automatically added all of those in. Let's see. Is Jotform a ChatGPT form builder? Is it considered that? Yeah, Jotform can work as a form builder within ChatGPT. Absolutely. Those are some good questions. And I see the team answering questions as well. Again, if for any reason we didn't get to your question, support is phenomenal and they're available 24/7. Just go to jotform.com/contact and submit a ticket. But it is as simple as that. If you guys have any other questions, just let us know and hopefully we'll see you in the next webinar. Bye, guys.